Hello and welcome back. TV hosts have a huge responsibility when they go on air because they have to be the perfect representative, and any mistake is recorded and even mocked forever. And sometimes these incidents lead to the end of a career altogether. In this video, we will be counting down top 15 TV hosts who destroyed their careers on air. Let's begin. 15. Jimmy the Greek. Jimmy the Greek, a pseudonym for Jimmy Snyder, was a television personality who might have supported illicit gambling in some way. Snyder, a bookmaker from Las Vegas, would appear on CBS's The NFL Today and offer score predictions. The bookmakers in Las Vegas might use this information to better determine the odds for some games. Before being fired in 1988, he worked for CBS for 12 years. He made extremely insulting comments regarding African-American players in January of that year.
Players are black. I mean, the only thing that the whites control is the...
While conducting an interview with Washington's WRC-TV. Even Snyder seemed sorry after his views received swift condemnation. He attempted to sue CBS for breach of contract after ultimately being sacked by them. He didn't win. 14. LARA LOGAN. LARA LOGAN, a journalist from South Africa, enjoyed a successful career for a while and even held the position of chief foreign affairs correspondent for CBS. But on October 27, 2013, when she went on 60 Minutes to discuss the 2012 Benghazi incident, everything came crashing down. Logan's report contained numerous factual mistakes. She later apologized for her poor reporting on CBS This Morning and laid the responsibility for it on an unreliable source at the American Embassy in Benghazi. She had to take a leave of absence, and she later quit her job at CBS. Logan afterwards adopted far-right ideologies and began discussing conspiracy theories in public. She was hired by Fox News as well. However, they also let her go in 2022. 13. Rick Sanchez. Rick Sanchez gained national recognition when he was hired to work for CNN after doing a lot of local work. He soon rose to the position of station anchor and launched his own program, Rick's List, which won praise for its innovative use of social media. But a radio appearance caused his upward trajectory to abruptly come to an end. During Sanchez's appearance on Stand Up with Pete Dominic on SiriusXM, he mocked both Jon Stewart and Jews in his statements. He referred to Stewart as a bigot, a characterization he later distanced himself from, and claimed that Jews were not a victimized group. One day after the statements were made public, Sanchez got fired by CNN. He issued a series of public apologies after losing his job. 12. Glen KUIPER. KUIPER served as the Oakland Athletics play-by-play announcer for almost 20 years. On May 5th, 2023, however, his professional trajectory reversed. The Negro Leagues Baseball Museum in Kansas City was referenced on the radio by KUIPER while he was there for a game. However, he used a racial slur as the first word of the title when describing the place. KUIPER immediately apologized and said he misspoke. The team's official social media platforms denounced his use of the term at the same time. The seasoned announcer was fired by the network after an internal investigation. 11. NATASHA EXELBY. Despite knowing her name, you may have seen her famous video. Journalist NATASHA EXELBY formerly worked for ABC Australia News. The camera cut back to her during one live show as she was aimlessly fiddling with her pen. EXELBY had a loud reaction when she discovered her mistake and went straight to the next section. Even though the video was widely circulated on social media as a comical clip, EXELBY did not find it funny. She was working as a freelancer at the time, thus ABC Australia declined to offer her more on-air stints. EXELBY received more support than criticism from her industry peers for how she handled the pen issue. 10. DANYELLE SARGENT. If there is one golden rule for broadcasting, it is to never use swear words. When DANYELLE SARGENT worked for ESPN, she was reminded of this rule. On March 9, 2006, she was conducting a live broadcast when the camera cut to previously recorded basketball game footage. Sargent's microphone stayed hot during the broadcast, which she was unaware of. This made it possible for everyone to hear her utter a loud F-bomb, and this wasn't a case of, maybe the viewers missed it. No, this was audible, very clear, and obvious. ESPN declined to extend her contract when the time came. 9. Don Lemon. Don Lemon has been a journalist since joining CNN as a correspondent in 2006. He did, however, come under fire at some stages in his career for having unfavorable views on women. The crisis peaked on February 19, 2023. The politician Nikki Haley was called out by Lemon, who said, "A woman is considered to be in her prime in her 20s, 30s, and maybe 40s." Lemon's comment drew strong criticism from many people. It also generated a Variety article that highlighted his previous misogynistic actions. On April 24th, 2023, he was subsequently fired. 8. Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh is well known thanks to his well-liked talk radio program, but did you know that he was a football commentator for ESPN as well? The term was short, so we wouldn't hold it against you if you didn't. Donovan McNabb, the quarterback for the Eagles, was attacked by Limbaugh during one on-air segment. He claimed that the athlete was overrated and that the guy had gotten extra awards for being black. Many people criticized the remarks, and some even dubbed Limbaugh a racist. Later, the radio host stated that he had been criticizing the media coverage. Just a few weeks into his position at ESPN, Limbaugh also announced his resignation at the same time. 7. Sharon Osbourne. This TV personality's tendency for gab helped her win a gig on, you guessed it, The Talk. Numerous people can be seen discussing recent news and human interest stories on the CBS midday program. The hosts talked about Meghan Markle and Piers Morgan's critical remarks about her in an episode from 2021. Osbourne got into a heated argument with Sheryl Underwood, her co-host, and defended some of Morgan's actions. The situation was made worse when Osbourne's earlier criticism of Markle reappeared. The debate and previous soundbites persuaded CBS to suspend the show. Osbourne's behavior, they later claimed, did not represent a respectful workplace. The host abruptly quit the program shortly after the event. 6. Chris Matthews. Although this host is most known for his political roundtable program Hardball with Chris Matthews, which debuted in 1997, his history in media and politics spans decades. So Matthews was already thinking about retiring after a lengthy career in the spotlight. But a weird tirade comparing Bernie Sanders' victory in the Nevada caucus to the Nazi invasion of France forced him to leave his position considerably earlier than he had intended. His remarks triggered calls for his resignation and came out at the same time as a fresh column regarding reportedly offensive remarks he had made to writer Laura Bassett. In order to deal with the pressure coming from two directions, Matthews met with his MSNBC managers and later announced his resignation on Live. 5. Paula Abdul. As one of the first judges on American Idol, Abdul's career took off. But in the middle of the 2000s, there were rumors that she was dealing with substance abuse. These suspicions were only made worse by a now famous appearance with Fox News in 2007. Fox News had to confront Paula's behavior live on air because she stumbled over her sentences and lost her balance. 2 years later, Ladies' Home Journal would run an interview with Abdul in which she admitted to abusing painkillers. Abdul claimed the words were made up. Abdul and the program split ways that same year after rumors that she had a falling out with the Idol administration. Since then, she has jumped from temporary hosting roles to reality TV and TV movies. 4. Angel Cardenas. When Sacramento reporter Angel Cardenas realized he was the only one in a room full of stunning vehicles, he decided to make himself at home by jumping on one and maybe denting another. He was there to learn more about an upcoming historic car show. Obviously, Cardenas was dismissed, but we can't help but question if he intentionally behaved in such a way so that he would be fired. He didn't even tuck his shirt in before going live on TV. Either he was trying too hard or not hard enough. 3. Kelly Osbourne. Kelly Osbourne's attitude on The View in 2015 was the best we could come up with if you never wanted to be asked back to co-host a show again. Osbourne reacted angrily to Donald Trump's prejudiced characterization of Mexican immigrants and questioned who would clean Trump's bathroom. Now that we know she was trying to make a point about Trump's treatment of the Mexican community in America, we can see how her message was horribly misinterpreted before it even left her mouth. She won't likely be asked back to anchor The View anytime soon, though. Since leaving Fashion Police in that same year, she's been bouncing between competitive shows and family commitments, which hasn't exactly been great for her career. 2. AJ Clemente. As the broadcast was about to go live, rookie newscaster Clemente, who had just started working as the anchor, dropped the F-bomb. The rest is a viral video and legendary history. It was so well-liked that AJ even conducted a media tour.
Good evening, I'm Van.
To discuss the monumental error. Despite the fact that we can understand why AJ couldn't have continued working in live television after making such a careless error, we are still giggling about this video years later. 1. Billy Bush. Bush was promoted to co-host on NBC's Today after several years of co-hosting Access Hollywood Live. But once a previously unreleased recording of him and soon-to-be President Donald Trump that contained some particularly vile words about women was discovered, and his time at Today had to be cut short. With his now famous comment, Trump was undoubtedly the most insulting person in this recording, as we all know. Bush, however, also came under fire for supporting Trump's misogynistic actions. As a result, he was later suspended from Today and ultimately dismissed from NBC. Bush disappeared for over 3 years after the incident as well, until it was revealed that he would succeed Mario Lopez as host of Extra in 2019. And that's it for this video. Please click the like and subscribe buttons down below if you found this fascinating and interesting. To make sure you don't miss any uploads, tap the bell icon, share the video, and provide all of your feedback in the comments section. See you in the next one.